What's going on, everyone? Today we're talking about Tolkien's Tales, Minuteman Matt, Butcher of the Week, Keelan's new segment, and lots of footy and football news.
Nice.
Who's got a can?
Yo, you didn't message to ask who had a can. I don't have cans. Dude.
Hold on, we have this. God, that sounds so loud.
No, you didn't play it. You had it on preview.
Oh,
You got to press
do I play
live.
it then?
You just press live and then in the buttons next to it.
I don't see buttons next to it.
You should do.
It's just a list of.
There you go.
I see.
It's down in like the now playing section. You want to stop that too before it plays 30 seconds and pops
I've
in
got
with
my
like a
window in a
in.
very skinny view, so I can't see buttons down the bottom. They're
That'll
overlapped
do it.
by the other controls.
We're off to a flying start tonight.
Great start. What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode number 95 of the Storm on the Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage from our sports viewing this week. What's going on, fellas?
I just want to preface this week's episode with we did, before the show, say we were going to try and do a fast one. So when, you're in the car later and you look down at your phone and it says 2 hours and 35 minutes, just remember we tried.
We tried. We also lied, so sucked in. We're not doing the footy preview this week. We'll do it next week.
Oh, yeah.
Sucks to suck. See you next
Now
week.
that the admin's out of the way.
Feeling quite nervous. Well and truly into the 90s now. Would hate for something to happen before we hit the century.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, episode count. No, I get ya.
Yep.
Death of the internet, perhaps, on
Perhaps.
99.
Yeah. EMP. Meteor strike.
But
Could happen.
Mass extinction event.
anything's possible. I mean,
Anything's possible.
It'd be worse if we put in the effort to plan and record 99 and then just all technology is deceased. Sorry, I mean 100, obviously. Sorry, 100. And we try and release it, and we just can't release it.
Yeah, if we
Damn.
actually get it recorded and then it can't hit the airwaves, that would be
Oh,
that would
tragic.
be brutal.
Yeah, maybe we should just do it live.
Maybe we could just hold it. We could hold onto it for future value. When we get to 400, we can sell someone the unreleased 100th episode
The NFT.
for like 2 mil.
NFTs are still a thing, right? They're relevant.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a big week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the Salty Boys went to the studio. We went to a new studio on the sunny coast this weekend.
Ooh,
Little weekend
lovely.
away. I was all swagged up in my brand new Storm on the Beach merch shirt. That would be stbpod.com.au. That was Sierra Tango Bravo Papa Oscar Delta.com.au. For all those who didn't quite hear me just right, I expect to see traffic on that site going up this week. Thank you. For all those wondering, can the Storming the Beach made-to-order merch shirts truly provide a comfortable experience in the studio? I've field tested them, and yes, quite comfortable. Can track 5 songs on drums in the Damn I Love Footy shirt. So there you go.
Hell yeah. Ringing endorsement. And not to overpromise and underdeliver, but we ordered those. I ordered them Monday evening, and they were delivered, was it Wednesday morning, I believe?
I mean,
good
I
is
had
that?
it in my hands on Friday,
Yeah.
but that was because the personal delivery from yourself was a bit slow.
Yeah. But those ordering in the southern Queensland region will receive them same business week.
Which is pretty
rapid.
wild.
Yeah, pretty rapid.
Is that Express Post?
No, that's regular. They quote 7 to 10 business days, but they don't have to come far from where they're printed. So
That's right. Made in Australia.
support local business.
Sorry, printed in Australia. Don't read the tag on the shirt.
The print is made in Australia. They are ethically sourced, though.
It's the Australian-made one, but it's like, the triangle with the kangaroo, and it's Australian-made from imported ingredients.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made from at least 1% Australian ingredients.
Australian
On the
labour,
back.
though.
Still counts.
Still counts.
Yep. Green and gold, baby. But yeah,
Matt.
that was my weekend.
Excellent. Matt, what's going on?
Not much.
Do you do
Wow.
anything, or
You didn't do any comedy over the last week.
No, not a lot going on really.
But what was that thing you posted the other day about meeting two people? You said they were like your idols or something when you were growing up.
No, that was pretty cool actually. I got to meet Australian comedic legends, the Nelson twins, two identical twins that do stand up together. I feel like everyone says this, but genuinely, really down to earth, so cool. Like they've been all around the world. They one of the coolest shows they did was entertaining the troops in Iraq. It's pretty crazy.
that's pretty cool.
And despite all of that, they easily. I've had people completely insignificant, average losers, and they weren't even look you in the eyes. These guys are bona fide, real deal, successful professional comedians, and they were willing to have a chat, stay back, have a beer with the guys. It's not like you have to do that, but the fact that they did, pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. And they're funny.
That's a good trait for a comedian to have, I find.
I feel like everything I said is like what you say when someone doesn't have any ability in the thing they do.
They're really great, down to earth people, willing to have a chat. Give you the shirt off their back.
Yeah, you haven't commented on how they looked.
But what was probably the coolest thing is that they came along for these amateur nights. So then being able to compare the real deal professional comedian to an amateur, it's like night and day. Like the way they would suck all the energy in the room, and it felt like you were just fully on board with them, whatever they're saying and stuff. Where with a lot of the other guys, it's brutal. It's like throwing someone into the sharks and just laughing at them as they try to swim around.
I'd just like to comment on their outfits that evening, though. I can't help but notice they were wearing, proudly repping some Australian jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, being twins, they were also both wearing the same thing, so that doesn't make them fucking difficult people. But then you were wearing some New Orleans shit. So how unpatriotic of you.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, well, hear me out.
Let's go.
The only way to get a job telling jokes to the troops, mate, is to be fucking true blue Aussie. And you're not gonna get anywhere wearing that New Orleans shit.
You're not pandering hard enough. Oh no.
It's good to see you go out in not a grey hoodie though.
Oh, true.
Oh, sorry, I'm feeling zesty this evening.
Man, I had something I wanted to say. I can't remember. Talking about Nelson twins. I don't know. They were pretty cool though.
Did they go last?
No, right in the middle.
Oh, brutal
Fuck.
follow-up after that. I mean, hopefully they butted up the crowd a bit so they're a bit more receptive to other people or whatever, but do you...
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Do you want to go after someone that went really well, or is it better to go before? If you go before, you probably get forgotten altogether if you don't stand out.
Did you do a set that evening, or were you just there as a patron?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you open for them or close for them? Or were they opening for you?
Well, technically, pretty big deal, yeah. Did have the Nelson twins open for me, you know?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You know how it is.
Was it a good set?
Nah, I bombed. I called everyone poor.
Fuck, that's ironic.
No, actually, I do remember. The first time I met them, I tried this like joke about dating some chick, and then when I bumped into them the next day, they're like, "How's your missus doing?" I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
So you've met her twice. Wow,
And they're like, you know, that whole story. I was like, oh no, I just made that up.
Just a story for story's sake.
And they were like, sick, dude.
It was funny because I usually don't. I think that might have been the first story I ever made up, and it like came back to get me immediately. So I'm like, oh man,
Serves you right.
won't be doing that again.
Shouldn't be lying.
And I probably actually one of my favorite memories is after the show, we're talking about just this other dude, this random dude, and he's I think he might be Australian as well. He recently put out a special, and they're chatting about him. I was like, yeah, I saw that, and he wears this like full bright red tracksuit. I was like, I don't know if I'd like him. Like, you know, I judged him off that.
Was that Dan Muggleton?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, it was good. It was actually a good special. But yeah, well, like when I first saw him, my first impression was like, some guy in a red tracksuit. I don't know if I'd like him. And they wear like the Australian tracksuit. I wasn't thinking about it at the time though. And they're immediately like, yeah, wearing a tracksuit. What a hack. I was like, oh no, I hope I haven't offended them. I don't think...
You should have spun it back and said, "No, your tracksuit's fine, just as long as it's not that CCP red."
That would have been good, dude.
Dan Muggleton is a funny man.
I thought he was British, but he's just spent a lot of time in Britland.
Yeah. I'll tell
Fair
you
assumption based on the name.
The full red tracksuit thing, like it's fine, but it totally makes him stand out on the socials and stuff. Like when you're scrolling, you know when it's about to be him.
It's so red too.
If you were as prolific as him on socials, like if you were posting as often, you'd just be 50 Shades of Grey in the feed, mate.
Android users would think it's hit their bedtime for their screen settings.
I think you're the only person I've ever met that actually has their screen go black and white when it's before bedtime.
At 9 o'clock. That's when I watch Three Stooges, because then you can't tell the difference.
Oh, man's got jokes.
I thought the big Liverpool guy was going to go, ooh, bright red tracksuit.
Yeah, I know, right? Looks like a bigger Liverpool tracksuit.
No Nike tick. He's an Adidas guy, I think, Mr. Dan Muggleton.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is. Got the 3 stripes.
Yeah, LeBron James isn't involved in that one.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool actually. So Dan Muggleton does have a comedy special which he has made entirely free on YouTube. Pretty good.
Don't mind me. Just going to go add that to my watch later.
Yeah, not bad.
Which is a fucking pit of despair. Actually, to be fair, my watch later on YouTube gets absolutely abused.
In there?
There's just so much. There's too much content. Because, you know, you'll be sitting on the toilet, for example, and you scroll past, you know, one of your favorite creators, and you're like, oh, new 25-minute video.
Mm-hmm.
I am not watching that on the toilet right now because I don't want to be here for 25 minutes.
Fair enough.
So you add to watch later. And then
Legs
you scroll
fall
past
asleep, etc.
Yeah, your legs are... Yeah. It's tough. But then, like, you know, you scroll past 4 more of those, and all of a sudden you've got a decade's worth of content you watch later, and then you're done with your poo. Like, you haven't watched anything. So
Yeah,
there
fair
we go.
enough.
It's in my watch later now. So
I might add it to my watch later as well, and then I can watch it in black and white later on in bed.
I should just keep a book by the toilet. Easy decision. That
I feel like if there was a book by the toilet, I'd be more inclined to stay for half an hour and like finish a chapter.
true.
It's
Instead,
upsetting putting down a book mid-chap.
Exactly.
Especially because I haven't bothered to dig out a bookmark yet, and I'm not a fold the corner of the page guy. So I have to finish a chapter and then remember, or finish on like a really easily remembered number.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how I've been reading The Hobbit. So welcome to Tolkien's Tales. It's been lovely so far. I'll tell you that. For free.
How good.
Everyone should read The Hobbit.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. You know, there's funny bits. You know, Tolkien's a funny dude. Very descriptive dude, but he's a funny dude. And I'll tell you what, I think... So where am I now? I don't think I'm onto the second movie yet.
Did you enjoy the Rock'em Sock'em robot scene?
Oh, the fighting mountains?
The Thunder Battle, yeah.
Yeah, no, that hits better on the page than it does the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they look in real life. In the sorry, just fucking real life. This guy did. I also prefer how spooky the riddles in the dark chapter is with Gollum. Because, like, I mean, just to clarify, Andy Serkis does a great job in The Hobbit, but when you then just like, you know, you picture his delivery as the Hobbit and his mannerism, sorry, as fucking Jesus Christ, as Gollum, and you just like carry that into how the book is written, it's like, it's a little bit more spooky. It's lovely. It's great. And there's none of that. The one problem I did have is I still pictured Bilbo falling on his back, finger up in the air, and the ring falling on it. I was like, oh, fuck. But yeah, so, and then not having Azog, and there's just like, you know, the wolves and the goblins are about to do spoilers. Yeah. But, yeah.
When was this book released? I'm sure you can spoil it. Everyone's seen the movie and read the book by now.
I'm telling people to read the book, and then I'm just like explaining the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, no Azog makes it.
The novel's from 1937. I'm sure you can spoil it.
It's pre
It's almost
Matt's
90
favourite
years
war.
old.
Some 85-year-old man. Hey.
I've been waiting for this.
But yeah, no, like it's good. It's better.
It is good.
And the book, I'm not gonna read the physical version of Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna get the digital version. But the book size for the Hobbit, holding it, is perfect for the old one-handed
Spread
Shackers technique when you're holding it open. It's too good, and it's good because the pages are dense. So you're like, you know,
You're not wasting your time. Yeah. You're not there comfy and then have to turn the page.
Yeah, 4 words and you're like, fuck, all right. It's not a tired read though, because, you know, it's tough getting used to his language. So it's
definitely. The most enjoyable bit, probably the lack of female characters shoehorned in.
Yeah. Man,
I
if
mean,
JK gets a bad rap, like, imagine Tolkien. Damn.
Well,
There's no black disabled elves.
There is disabled goblins, though.
the Goblin King is
They're
also
employed.
better
They're
in the
employed. I
book.
swear, they're not slaves. They're employed. They provide key parts for messaging in the Goblin Kingdom. that, and some of them get stepped on as the Goblin King gets on and off his throne. Like a living step.
I'll tell you what, I definitely pictured the Goblin King in the book a lot less fat than the Goblin King in the movie. Because what the fuck is that?
He's huge.
Oh, I've missed the best part. They didn't do that thing where the fucking scaffolding bridge falls but also stays together at the same time in the book,
That's
funnily
tough.
enough. Which is like... I can't describe. Every time I see that scene, I just fucking... No.
What, you don't like when the bridge mechanically fails but mechanically stays together at the same
It doesn't
time?
make any sense. It's like they PVA glued the ends and then screwed everything
the
else
middle,
together.
I hate, like, I feel like a symptom of Marvel is action for action's sake. And some goob was like, oh, dude, bridge collapsing. That'll be cool. And
It'll collapse,
like,
but it'll sort of like skate
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Yeah.
and not only is it not cool, but it's actually terrible. It just makes it worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
How cool would it be if Legolas showed off his elven skills
No,
from jumping from rock to rock that are falling due to gravity, but he's somehow pushing off of them and getting 4 feet of height from each one as he jumps.
the way
He's an elf, so he's actually lighter than a feather, my dude.
The way he looks in that scene is like when they like shoot Pink up into the air at a concert and she's gliding around. And it's
I
like,
haven't seen any videos of the latest Pink tour. So.
you ever seen any artist at a concert and they're just your classic pop artist and they're like T-posing and they're clearly like really strapped in, just propelling around.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, neat, I guess. It's no moonwalk or like iconic MJ, but
Yeah, good performance, dude. Can you sing and do that?
Now, as much as I dislike the shoehorned in love story between the most attractive dwarf in history and an elf, Wood is my overall comment.
Wood elves?
what are you talking about?
Sorry, are you more into Killy or what's the elf's name?
Toriel.
Yeah, you're more into Killy or Toriel? No comment.
If I say anything, I'd be in big trouble. But Wood.
Is
Oh,
Killy
okay.
the
Porque no
male
los
dwarf?
dos? Yeah, Killy is a male dwarf.
Yeah,
If
right.
you Google handsome dwarf, he probably comes up.
He's
Sorry,
quite
handsome dwarf
handsome.
Tolkien.
Yeah, he's the only dwarf that doesn't have an obscene prosthetic nose.
He's like a regularly proportioned little person.
He is legitimately like, he's the least dwarf looking of the lot,
Yes.
which makes sense.
Yes.
I think Both is a bit of a vibe though.
He's the one with
Philly also looks slightly normal, but
hat,
Killy
right?
definitely looks.
Yeah.
Both is the one that looks like
He's got the hat. That
he's
goes
mates
down
with like
sideways.
fucking Radagast or something.
Yeah. would be smoking.
If you check Facebook, Matt's just shared what Killy looks like in the Lord of the Rings animated series. And for the listeners at home, I would recommend giving that a quick Google. Because Isaac's into that.
That is haunting.
That's some,
Oh my days, those eyes.
he looks really old. I also didn't realize that every dwarf has a beard. No, that's how you know they're dwarves. But it's right there. It's right there in the Hobbit written. All
Yeah.
dwarves have beards.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's referenced in Lord of the Rings movies too. When he
Yeah,
says,
but the women
some
don't have
people-
beards.
No.
in
says-
Rings of Power they don't have beards.
Well, that's not inclusive enough, is it?
Yeah,
'Cause,
exactly.
Gimli clearly says some people think there are no dwarf women. And then Aragorn whispers, "It's the beards."
Which seems like comedy, but is fact.
Yeah.
So there you go.
This animated depiction probably more accurate. Killy was 77.
It's
in The
young for a
Hobbit.
dwarf.
Young for a dwarf, but probably old. If you compare him to Viggo Mortensen Aragorn, probably right, given he was 87.
Why are
They don't
dwarves
really.
so...
They don't explain that in the movie, do they? They don't explain at all that Aragorn, like, why he's ancient.
so old?
Yeah,
They do a little bit.
They're just like, I'm older than you look, baby. And that's it.
No. They say, one of their Duna die blessed with long life and such.
Yeah, but like, what?
But they don't elaborate on it further than that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to read like
That's a fact
1,200
now.
pages to figure out why.
Yeah. Why are dwarves so hairy?
Just the way
Does-
it is. Keeps the silica dust out when they're mining.
Probably, yeah, probably for protection. Like, nowadays, hair generally is where it needs to be protecting things.
Ironically, my moustache makes my nose itchier. So
That's because we're soft soy boys. We were born in the mines.
it also it often will protect my mouth from sauce.
Yep.
True.
It's really good at that. So if you have an oversourcing problem, like, you've just bought a McChicken and you're worried about too much sauce, get a moustache.
Fair enough. Oh my
Profound.
god. Gollum's horrific. He's so fucking dumb looking.
In the animated...
Yeah. Hold on. See if I can paste this in there.
Can't
I
wait
just
to see
googled
this.
Gollum animated and
He
it
looks
comes
like
up
a
with Gollum.
Murloc.
Oh, Christ.
Holy moly.
Don't Google that. That's my official recommendation. Don't do that.
But like sleeping.
He would certainly have to be more horrific than how he's depicted in Peter Jackson's movie, I would imagine.
Yeah. I
don't know.
would less like to come across that animated version
I
than
don't know.
Andy Serkis. I'd rather meet Andy Serkis.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if it was a meme or not, but I saw supposed footage of like what they wanted Voldemort to look like initially, or like a mock-up, and it was horrific. It was bad. It was like proper R-rated horror movie type of stuff.
They should have done that because they just ended up with the dude with the snake's nose.
It's bad though. It's like I could
my
understand
God.
if I was a kid, I'd think no, thank you.
Yeah.
I was already scared of Professor Quigley or whatever his name was.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
excuse
too
me.
much.
Sorry, that's
That's way too much.
like a lizard man, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess they
can't-
kept the lizard portion, didn't they?
Yeah.
His mouth is so big. That's horrific. It looks like he could swallow your whole face. Just bite it clean off.
I really don't like that. No, Matt, your take is correct. You've
Well,
done well there.
I remember the similarity between Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter is both that like the ring or the dark magic that he uses, it twists you to become, super messed up. And so I think someone took that and was really liberal with it. And like, yeah, let's make the most horrific looking dude.
Well, that movie would have been made, what, late 90s? Was it like coming out in like 2001-ish?
Yeah,
Philosopher's
probably.
Stone? So like, that's prime props department fucking around and finding out era. That's like prime Weta Workshop. And, you know, those Brits would have been like, fuck, those dudes over in New Zealand doing such a good job.
For sure.
Let's have a crack at them.
Yeah.
True.
Lizard on the back of the head.
I like that.
I'm
Yeah.
very glad it wasn't this.
Yeah, well, 'cause
Probably would have actually shit myself.
they probably put his head wrap on and then went, oh, yeah, no, it's pretty obvious he's got two heads.
yeah. It's back here. Like they're wrapping it on and all of a sudden he's got a full turban.
Yeah. Oh, Professor Quirrell, what's that thing sticking at the back of your head? Oh,
He's got like a hat on like back here like this.
Professor Quirrell no longer has a headdress thing, but yeah, the flat cap completely vertical, and I'm assuming he's also rocking the biggest DCs he possibly can. And jorts, big old jorts, big baggy t-shirt. He is just like...
With the laces tied behind the tongue so the tongue sits up in the shoes.
Oh. Disgusting.
He's not even skating down the hall, he's just carrying the skateboard with him.
Oh, it's too far.
Students try to spin the wheel up when they go past, but they're just like stuck still. No bearings, mate. They're all rusted, never been used.
Oh my God.
Not a scratch on it. All right, we've done the thing. We're 30 minutes in. We haven't started anything. All right, sorry, that's on me. That's my fault for talking about Tolkien.
That's fine. It was penciled in.
Tune in next week for more Tolkien. That's a promise.
Matt, you got any more material that you think may or may not bomb?
Oh,
Way to set him
it's
up
tough.
for success, dude.
May or may not bomb. I mean, yeah, it's a good way to put it.
So do you?
And then...
Yes, and?
I don't want to do it now. I've got performance anxiety.
It's fine if it only lasts a minute in this context.
True. All right.
I find that it's easier if you just picture your crowd naked. So just
It'd be optimal.
Isaac,
if it
turn your
only
camera
lasted
off for a minute. It'll be easier if Matt can picture us naked if we just cover the cameras.
There you go.
Yep.
Have at it.
What's this supposed to do?
Oh, it's easier to picture us naked.
You guys could just get naked.
I am.
Oh.
You just can't tell.
Oh. Well, where's the fun in
Oh!
that?
No, I'm back.
What's his head? Oh, okay. His actual head.
I've got no privacy cover. I didn't want to hold my hand there for the whole minute.
No,
Have
okay.
a crack.
I think, I hope you boys are sitting down, right? Because in Chinese medicine, this is pretty wild a bit. They try to find the root cause of the problem and fix it. Pretty crazy. Now, you know, I hurt my ankle, so I went to go see a Chinese practitioner. I get into the office. Before I even say anything, she goes, "You're a very fat man. How many vegetables you eat?" I'm like, "Oh, man." I'm immediately self-conscious. I'm like, some. She's like, probably none. That's why you're so fat. I'm like, oh, that's fair. That's fair. It makes sense, you know? Because I love playing basketball and weigh 120 kilos, all that weight, jumping up and down, can't be too good. All that extra stress. But if you go and see a Western GP, it's fine. They try and help. But you say, "Hey, doc, I've got a sore ankle." He's like, "Oh, no worries. I'll prescribe you some legal amphetamines. Should alleviate all the symptoms and cause some terrible side effects." You're like, "Hey, what was that last bit?" He's like, "Don't worry about it." It's like, no, what I did say is this meth will ruin your life. You're like, "Oh my God." I'd like another prescription, please. That stuff's addicting. It feels incredible.
Addicting, you reckon? You don't say that live, do you?
I have once.
Fucking say addictive, dude.
That's a good note, actually. I'll add that.
Yeah. Also, change it to opioids. Makes more sense. And then you're also just like jumping on the back of all those good movies and short things that have come out recently that are all about opioid addiction.
You reckon
fresh
opioid instead of amphetamine?
Yeah, they give you the amphetamines for the ADHD and whatever, and they give you the opioids for pain.
If you're too twitchy, they give you meth to make you less twitchy. Doesn't check out to me, but I guess it works.
You ever make a face and then realize, wow,
pretty horrific.
That's a face I can do?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. No,
I don't know if the accent was good enough, though. I reckon you've got to just like steer into it more aggressively.
Yeah, I got scared. I was excited the first time I did it though, but I was I was nervous the whole time. I'm like, oh man, I hope I don't go too hard.
I watched a video this morning. I can't remember what his name is, but he is a well-known thing. He's playing like big places and stuff. He did a slight accent. No one got mad at him.
Yeah, no one got mad at me on the night.
Was it Bobby Lee?
No, it was some other dude, but he wasn't of Asian descent.
I see.
If that helps the context.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited though the whole time. I was pretty confident in it because I'm thinking I've genuinely seen a lot of Chinese specialists or like gone to have acupuncture done, and nothing I was gonna say wasn't something I'd heard one for one in the last year. So I felt confident that if anyone was to truly say, hey, that was way out of line, it's like, nah, like, that's a good impersonation.
They do say, eat your vegetable.
I mean, it's like I'm working it out, but it's cool. It's cool. They approach problems entirely different because you can genuinely be morbidly obese, weigh 150 kilos and be 180 centimeters, and you can go, my knee hurts, and the doctor will go, oh yeah, just have more pills or something. And the Chinese guy will be like, you need to lose weight.
Yeah, I feel like if you go to a shit GP, they are just treating the symptoms, aren't they? So
yeah. I love that Indian doctor. I don't know what show he's on, but it's a show about fat people essentially, but really morbidly obese people. And he just he tells it as it is. She's like, oh, I don't know why I haven't lost any weight. I've been dieting so well, and he's like, no, you haven't. Like at your size, you have to be eating, so many calories to retain this weight.
Oh man,
it's they'll be like, yeah, I'm dieting so well. I'm having, salads for every meal, and you see the salad, and it's Caesar salad, and they've used half a bottle of dressing,
extra bacon,
that 14 times a day, extra bacon.
Yeah, whole
the croutons are just whole loaves of bread. Yeah.
The dressing, dude. Yeah.
Sauces count, unfortunately. Sauces do count.
I don't know if this is common practice, but on those shows, there are people who fill a coffee mug with a Coke, and then they put sugar in the mug as well, and they stir sugar into the Coke. I think it's because their receptors or whatever are so shot, like they probably can't taste anything with the regular Coke.
Well, if you're drinking 14 litres of Coke a day...
that's insane.
That'd drive anyone insane, given that it's an inferior beverage to Pepsi Max.
Ooh.
Zero sugar max taste.
I choked my whole bit. I just remembered I had this other bit going off on it about, it's like in Western medicine, you just get pills for the rest of your life. And every 5 minutes they increase how many pills you take until you're like a human gumball machine.
But gumball machines dispense gumballs.
Yes. It'd be a pretty shitty machine otherwise.
The gumball machine that eats gumballs?
A Jewish gumball machine? No.
I was going to say Pez dispenser, but that also dispenses Pez. And it still
It's
goes
in the
the other
name,
way.
dude.
It,
Dispense.
you just maybe turn into Pac-Man.
They do have those machines where you put real currency in and it gives you like some novelty coin. Like
Or
a
you can, like-
flattened...
What, like
Yeah,
the...
you can press your coin for like $2 and it gives you like
Nah,
a
they're
1
not,
cent coin
bro,
pressed.
I don't know where you've been going, but they've never been $2. Mate, you're feeding $4 into those machines. I'll tell you that for free.
And now you got to crank it yourself.
Yeah. And then you get some fucking
Not
coin you'll
even
toss out later.
electronic. They have no overhead whatsoever in that machine.
Well, except for the, I don't know, price of levers and cranks. Then maybe the raw
They've been running
materials
that
of the
thing
coin.
since 1950.
Hey! Those Dreamworld coins hold a lot of significant value to a lot of people.
Oh, man.
A few
reckon-
butchers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, Matthew. You can...
No.
No,
I got nothing.
Oh.
I'll just keep... I'll just keep rambling.
All right, let's chop some fucking meat then, dude.
All right. Butchers of the week, boys. What do we got?
I've got Matthew Jurisic,
Okay, why is this?
or Juricic, however you pronounce it. He's a local comedian that I follow on the internet. And sometimes when he promotes himself, I find it difficult to know if he's actually promoting himself or just some random comedy show. Because, for example, on the 21st of February at 20 to 5 p.m., he's posted here, get ready to laugh the night away. This is an image. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. at the sports bar at Pimpamar Pavilion. You know, there's this lovely graphic and whatnot. It's great graphic. Doesn't mention his name anywhere, and then he just says, "Get amongst it." Like, do I have to message him and ask, mate, are you going to be there, watching or performing?
From outside the window.
And as someone who knows that you do indeed do stand up, and I have to ask, imagine the yahoos on Facebook that don't know that you've ever done a stand up set. You need to be like, all right, I, Matthew Jurisic, will be there
Invitation
to tell jokes. Come have a beer with me.
Oh.
For your, Patreon or whatever. $10 a month. Get a beer with Matt at every comedy gig he does. But just that's just my take.
It's good advice.
Yeah. I've heard it before.
Salty season. Performing. Where?
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, we got a gig on Friday. But no, for real, my real butcher of the week is actually a good one. It is the NRL.
Oh.
Specifically, Peter Vlandis. He reckons the NRL is bigger than the AFL, and I reckon that's a shocking take.
Sure it is.
Delusional.
Sure it is, Pete. Let's get you back inside.
I'd like to see the AFL get dozens of fans like this. That's insane. It's not even maddening. It's just so incorrect.
We sell out this suburban 14,000 seat stadium weekly.
This just seems mean now, but you've reminded me. I saw an L-plater driving around, hopefully the family car, and it was just this big burgundy, like, Ford SUV with custom Queensland State of Origin plates.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, who likes the State of Origin that much? Oh, no.
He's gone completely.
He was so upset. Too much NRL.
Yeah, State of Origin gone. Way too much NRL for his liking.
So funny. Oh, man. Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Did I just miss a funny joke? That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, Matt just said you'd had a gut full of NRL and left.
Yeah, I'm done. No, it just popped up said I had no internet, and then I looked at my internet bars, and it was still full, and I had like just got a message on Facebook.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Guess I'll fuck myself. But yeah, so
It's a
that's
good
my
butcher.
take.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
Yep.
thank you.
Great nomination. There's no way.
Yeah, just quietly,
It's
not
just
it.
not. I don't even think it's up for discussion. Like, it's just definitively untrue.
The facts just aren't there.
No.
No.
It's so funny. I just want to talk about it for ages now. I don't know. Like, every
Well, we said we're doing a
comparison
fast one, and we're already at 1 minute. So
That's a good butcher, though. Like, that's just a feel-good butcher that everyone can get behind.
Mm-hmm. Everyone used to, look at this idiot.
Imagine going to a party, like a huge party, proper
Yeah,
40
imagine.
people invited.
Man, I could never.
This guy's got a party for his like 50th, and he's like, I'm shouting everything, all the drinks, whatever, and 40 people turn up, and you get there, and it's all vegan hot dogs, the whole event, and you're like, what is this? And he's like, I think behind closed doors, people actually prefer vegan hot dogs. And it's like, oh my god, it's so wrong. Like, I don't know who told you that or how you came to that conclusion.
Not even close to being right.
it couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, not okay.
Anyway,
I'm really enjoying the physical comedy element of being a video podcast now. It's lovely.
oh man,
All right,
do you
Matt,
have a butcher? Oh,
you want to do yours?
Oh,
I can do mine. Nominate myself for what's the face for?
oh, you guys were talking at the same time.
Oh, I see.
And Matt's next
And
in the
Matt.
outline.
It's next in the outline. But I'm happy to go.
Nah, after you.
Okay, thanks. Nominate myself for letting the bamboo hedging grow for like 6 months through the hottest part of the year, wettest part of the year, where it grows like crazy. I think I spent 7 hours on Saturday cutting it down and taking it to the tip. And my body was ruined. My hands were like actively sore from that afternoon until like all of the next day. I couldn't even pick stuff up in the supermarket. I was like,
hell.
this is what getting old's like.
Did you go numb at any point?
I think no.
No, that's unfortunate.
I think
I had a really good joke for if you just couldn't feel anything.
I think I caught arthritis temporarily in my hands. And it was hot as
Bit of
balls.
viral arthritis.
Yeah. So not planning on doing that again. That was dumb.
yeah, but it feels so good to leave it.
It definitely feels better than doing it.
Pun Frost Isaac's a prick, though.
Yeah. I don't
Always
blame him.
stitch him
It's
out.
a lot nicer sitting inside in the aircon than being outside on like a 30-degree summer's day. Late summer when you just want it to fucking disappear already because it's been 5 months of hot weather because we're in Queensland.
Yeah. Well, we had a sprinkle of a couple of colder nights last week. I was like, oh, are we there yet?
That was tremendous.
Nah.
Yeah, great sleeping conditions, and then straight back to it.
Yeah, that's win the toss, choose to sleep first conditions.
All right, Matt. Nomination.
All right. As someone that has now done 10 comedy shows, I'm going to completely shit on the industry. No. No, it's not my fault, but it's not my fault because I emailed a guy about 2 weeks ago, and he runs a pretty big club in Brisbane, so I was pretty excited. And I've got this type of like amateur event. It's not all the way till May, and he was like, "Would you like a spot?" Emailed back immediately, like, "Yep, absolutely." And then went to follow that up because I didn't hear a response, but it's been about 3 weeks at this point, and get an email back saying, "Oh, sorry, mate, the whole event's booked out." And you're like, "Oh." But you asked if I wanted to do it, and I said yes. But at the same time,
Shitbag.
yeah. So that's what I think. But at the same time, I think the nature of it is like that guy could be getting 50 emails a day. You got to stay on top of it.
That's not that many emails.
Nah, but you know what I mean. Like no,
A real adult would just sort his shit out.
you're trying to do something where like everyone doing it's like no one's really getting paid. It's not like this. The people that run the things are doing it for the love of doing it. You're doing it for free. You kind of got to advocate for yourself because like there's no union or like anyone you can go to.
The guy running it is doing it for his cut of the bar tab. Well, not tab, but his cut of the bar. So he's making money out of it.
No, like I'm shitty enough. It's on the list. I'll say that much. But
Yeah.
But I don't think there was any Mel. I don't think he's like, oh, got to cut this guy off at the knees. I heard he's bombing all up and down the Gold Coast.
Nah, sounds like old mate's just incompetent, to be fair. So,
Oh, this email response must be spam. It's from MatthewJurassicComedy.biz.
An
why did you tell
instant
Matt
reply
to
to
buy
my
the .biz?
question. It is funny if you think about it, like how it would take place in a face-to-face conversation. Like if Isaac goes, "Would you like a burger?" You go, "Yeah, that'd be great." And he just turns around and walks away. And you're like, "Oh, okay."
I'm doing that next time we're ordering food.
Comes back with like 3 bits of chicken. It's like, "Where's my burger?" "What do you mean?"
Sorry, I ran out of money.
You should
On
have
my
said
food.
something if you wanted something.
Write that down. Just get infamous ragging on local comedy things.
That'll probably go great.
You might blow up on the talk.
I did actually see a famous comedian shitting on other comedians, and I was like, tough.
Nah, if you're into that.
True. It just seems like there's certain things where I feel like even though I'm an amateur, you see these bigger guys do them, and you're like, that's pretty wild. I wouldn't do that. Shitting on the venue. It doesn't happen often, but it's always tough. Imagine Keelan being on the drums, then just getting up and being like, "This is the worst piece of shit I've ever played at," and then throws like a cup on the ground. You're like, interesting.
I've heard other bands complain on microphone about the current sound guy.
This place fucking sucks. The sound bounces off the wall immediately behind us.
That's so bold. Does the sound guy like help you as you're playing? Or as you're performing?
Like if you're like, hey, whoever's on the sound, like you ask him in between songs, hey, can I have more of X in my fallback? He's like, Yeah, no sweat, dude. I got you. And that's how that interaction normally goes. And then sometimes people just don't realize that there's limits to that sometimes. Like, for example, if there's a mirror fucking immediately behind the drum kit, that's not the sound dude's fault. And mind you, I had no complaints last time we were there, so sucks to suck for the other guys, I guess.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
I feel like you could shit on a venue if it's like clearly objectively shitty. Like if there's something actually wrong with the place.
Well, Vinny's makes fun of its own shitty toilet.
Yeah.
And I find it hilarious because it's just like, you know, punk venue toilet, isn't it? So you wouldn't want to poo there. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
Maybe it's by design then. Maybe it's a bad toilet because I don't want people to poo.
Could
Smart.
be.
You also wouldn't want to be sick into it because you wouldn't want to be anywhere near the floor. So it actually regulates people's drinking habit as well. So.
Any movements for the shit list?
Yeah, speaking of toilets. Maybe we get the shit list sponsored by like... I'm not Googling toilet. What's that one brand of toilets that like starts with a C that's on like everyone's...
Karoma?
It is... I just scrolled to Karoma as you said that, and good memory, Matthew. Yeah, so we could have like, you know, the shit list brought to you by Karoma.
My. Woo.
If we did that, we'd have to do it. We'd have to pre-record that. That's too good.
We definitely have to put the NRL guy on. 100%.
No, we can't. Nah.
That's material.
He's only said it once, and I didn't expect any better from someone that's actively involved in the NRL.
Dumb. It's like it's brain damaged.
Well, he looks, dude. Look at him. He looks like he's been in a few head clashes. At least in the thumbnail of this news.com.au article.
It truly, like, I'm not understating this. It truly is 2 + 2 = 37, and you're like, holy moly.
Well, it was. Look, I don't want to discredit my Butcher of the Week nomination, but it was based on great revenue numbers.
Yeah.
But that was only because of the Vegas thing, pretty much. I skimmed the article. So, to be fair, like, it's a news.com.au article. Like, it's probably 75% cap. So, yeah. They have a strong claim to be the most viewed TV sport in Australia. Alleged.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
If AFL's not number one, cricket is. Because what does everyone do in summer? Watch and play cricket. Just everyone. It doesn't matter what code of football, or football in it you play. Summer is cricket time.
There's got to be a long list of things, before NRL.
Exactly.
Bro, 9.5 million people watched Australia v Pakistan, and that was... Like, there was cricket, but like...
Australia's pastime. People are saying it.
I'll tell you what, it's certainly not baseball. Which I keep getting reminded that's still a sport. Fucking honestly. If I could just... Facebook needs a thing where you can just be like, avoid anything at all in having anything in my feed that has the word baseball in it. Because like I follow ESPN and I like most of ESPN's content, and then they'll just be like, yeah, fucking look at this sick home run. And you're like, is it?
We got to put something on the list.
We don't have to.
It's getting kind of dry though. I feel like we're being too precious about it.
That's the thing, though. Butcher of the Week has such a low bar.
Yeah, it does.
But so like the shit list, in order to be different, has to have a high bar.
Maybe Taron Thomas. Like,
I mean,
he's been given opportunities, and he's squandered one of the most, something people would kill for, like a proper Australian dream for many young people, and he messed it up so many times, and was given a chance so many times.
True. This is true.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it
But
too.
also, do you expect any better from him?
I guess so.
Oh.
Fool me once. Fool me 6 times. Shame on me, I guess.
He's like taking pills in the office. It's like, hey, what, Taron? No, I'll get clean after this, I swear. He's a good kid. I don't know. I mean, we already covered it last week or the week before, but he's not even that good.
Look, I wouldn't back him for it.
No. Chris Brown, one of the most talented singers, dancers, performers of all time. If you're that good, you can get away with beating a woman.
Not for me.
I
skip him. Fucking shows him.
But if you're a mediocre AFL player, tough.
I think the actual difference there, though, is that Chris Brown doesn't need the backing of an organisation necessarily. Whereas if a football team keeps on a bad person, it looks bad on the entire football team. And I'm choking on nothing and I've got no water. So
True. I've filtered through this article a bit more. So it's referencing number one in regards to TV viewership, which was apparently 93.2 million for the NRL, and 91 million for the AFL from 213 NRL matches and 216 AFL matches.
Doesn't sound right.
That being said, the AFL has to have significantly more people through the gates. When you just look on the TV at how many people are at the ground itself, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case, because NRL is better watching on the TV because you can actually see what's going on. Unless you're sat in the, middle third sideline or, behind the goals at one end, but even then you can't see what's happening 100 metres away because you're not, if you're anywhere near a corner of the stadium, it sucks usually. And it's, I don't know, NRL's about the finer details within a tackle, etc. Whereas AFL, they're literally just trying to get the ball from person to person. Like, you don't need to see the close-ups to understand exactly what's happened every time. AFL's definitely a better in-person viewing sport than NRL is, and I think the objective number of people you see at the games in the stadiums shows that quite closely.
I mean, I can't find good numbers quickly, but Gather Round versus Magic Round, even though it was the Festival of Footy Take One, inaugural situation, they sold 100,000 Gather Round tickets in 2022. As of December 22, they had sold 100,000 tickets for Gather Round in 2023. Whereas NRL Magic Round, I mean, it also did sell out. but it was 130,000.
Mm.
So I don't. It's a poor comparison, actually. But I googled total NRL tickets sold 2023, and it didn't give me a good answer. So I feel like that number would be useful, though. I reckon membership numbers have got to be higher in the AFL too.
Has to be, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, stadium's bigger too for the final, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Tough. Get a bigger ground if you want to be important. But yeah, should we move along to a new little treat segment?
Sure. I was just trying to figure out the TV deals that each of them have currently.
I think that NRL revenue number's got to be inflated because the first Vegas thing too. Like,
yeah, it has to be. It has to be. Apparently, they're seeking $200 million for the US distribution rights, something like that. I don't know what their current one is, but I don't think it's very good because they signed it in like the middle of COVID for 2 years. Whereas
that would have been a good cheeky money maker back then, though. To be fair,
yeah, it literally said that the NRL was 3 or 4 months away from going bust if they didn't restart when they did in COVID. And to be fair, the AFL did also get out $1 billion loan against Marvel Stadium, which they own. So
see, I think, well, to be fair, even Barcelona are still facing repercussions from. I'm having internet connection issues, allegedly. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, yeah, even Barcelona having problems, and I'd argue that Barcelona Football Club is bigger than both the AFL and NRL combined.
Probs, yeah, given their club. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
In comparison, the AFL signed a new deal 2 years ago for Seven and Foxtel broadcasting rights from 2025 to 2031, which is 7 years, $4.5 billion.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pretty decent. All right. Anyway, moving on.
But yeah, because Barcelona are so financially fucked, their salary cap went down by 66 million euro.
Jesus.
Yeah, which is wild. That's like a whole player.
One whole guy. Are we putting Mr. Thomas on the shit list?
Yeah. I'm not backing it, but you can do what you like.
He's on there.
Just because he's a shit cunt doesn't mean he's shit list, you know?
He's done it so many times. So.
Too many times.
Welcome to the inaugural Gooden's Good Gambles. None of this is financial advice, but
bet with your head not over it. Imagine what else you could be buying.
Yeah, points bet. We'll take your money. Here we go. I have two excellent gambling strategies, and here you go. What you could do, and what someone has done in this year's Super Bowl, is put down a $50,000 bet that there would be a streaker during the Super Bowl. And then he streaked at the Super Bowl. He copped a $1,000 fine and cashed out $374,000 on his bet.
Not bad.
Pretty
if
good.
That's not like genius, I don't know what else
Very
is,
good
to
effort.
be fair.
I'm shocked that it was a $1,000 fine. Like, I'm shocked.
There's a photo of him in an orange jumpsuit too. I think he also went to prison briefly.
And I'm sure he's banned from, NFL games for the foreseeable future.
He probably prefers the ads anyway.
Yeah,
like
exactly. But probably worth it. I'm honestly shocked it wasn't like a $10,000 fine minimum, especially for the Super Bowl.
Even then, you can afford it with your winnings, can't you?
Why didn't I think of having $50,000 to gamble? Crazy.
I think the better strategy as well, actually, to be fair, is doing the bet and then having a mate be the streaker,
Yes.
covering your mate's fine,
Yep.
and then there's less proof that it's dodgy gambling.
Yes, for sure. I'm just hoping he got his money first before it all came out, because they definitely wouldn't have paid out if.
Well, it said he actually cashed out, so I hope
Probably fine.
so.
Yeah, probably fine then.
But he's probably banned.
Yeah.
Not that he needs to gamble anymore, but oh well. So do that. Bet on streaking if it's a market available to you,
And then
streak. Split the profits with your mate.
Yep.
It's literally an investment because you know it's going to happen. Actually, it's better than an investment, given that a lot of investments won't come off, right? So,
true, they have actual risk of losing money still. This does not.
yeah,
This is
exactly
mortal lock of the millennium.
Just cash out
all your
as
houses on
fast
it.
as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And don't be seen at the ground. Don't even do that. Don't even be there to support your mate who's going to streak. Send someone else to look after your mate. It's a 3-person job. All right, so that's good, right? And because it's the first time we've ever done it, I'm going to give you 2 good gambles. Jürgen Klopp, right? Man of the hour. He has never won a league title without a Japanese player in his squad.
Right.
Right.
He currently has a Japanese player in his squad.
Does he always win if he has a Japanese player in his squad, or is it that he just hasn't
That's
won?
not the stat. No,
Okay.
that's not the stat.
Okay.
No. But every single game Ando has started for Liverpool has been a win or a draw.
Undefeated.
Man has not lost
Pretty good.
in a game he started.
Pretty good.
So, I mean, the Japanese connection is strong. Dude, that would be all over it. It's the World War II connection. It's Germany and Japan.
The Axis power's back at it again.
Yeah. If only they were smart about it back then, because then they could have attacked Russia from 2 sides or whatnot. Damn.
True.
Lost in translation, maybe.
All right, so double down on my bet for Liverpool to win the Premier League. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
All right, sick.
Yeah. That's official financial advice just for you, Isaac.
Awesome.
It's bespoke.
All right, cool. I like the second one more, given
Doesn't involve you getting your kid off.
it's true, but it's also something that you're putting out there as a pick that people can still actively have action on.
Yeah, well, the only reason I made the segment is because the streaker one doesn't fit in any of the things we talk about. And it was too good not to. So
True. All right, fair enough. Should we get into AFL news?
we could.
Thank you.
I completely forgot.
All right, bit of more injury news here, etc. First of all, Clayton Oliver is going to miss Melbourne's pre-season Community Shield game against Carlton and will instead play in the VFL game against the Blues VFL side earlier in the day. Lack of trust, bit of trouble in Demons Land, perhaps.
No, they're not the Tassie-based team.
I see.
Because, like, Van Diemen's Land.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
I'll leave.
Wouldn't it be an odd switcheroo if the Tassie team just bought the Demons name and they just switched to something else?
The Melbourne Flat Whites. Oh, you can't have that, can you? As soon as I said it. The Melbourne Oat Lattes.
Yeah.
Great minds.
And they could just be, their Guernseys could just be shades of grey. Because that's all that people in Melbourne wear, is black or grey.
Is it?
Not a very colourful city at all. You think it would be, given it's, progressive and, Greens voters and stuff like that. Actively in the name, a colour. But no, lots of black and white. Was in a meeting the other day with, conference room from Melbourne, signed in. There was 4 people in there, logged in. All of them just had black on.
Were they in suits?
No,
though,
not in suits. just various outfits, not suits, all in black. And we're not involved with extraterrestrials at all, if you were thinking that either.
Okay. I was worried about that. Yeah. Have you noticed that we're not wearing much colour
Heaps of
on
colour
our shoulders today? You've got fucking...
I got red, blue, gold, white.
I got tons of colours on. This is my son's VFL shirt, but
I almost put
shoulders
that
up,
on
it doesn't look like much.
before.
I was like, it's not AFL preview week, but... and then I sat down and was like, fuck, it's not even in the shot.
Got to
worn it for nothing.
angle it down.
It's one wear closer to falling apart just because of this.
It's hard to get your T-shirt and your whole head in frame. I understand.
Yep. Your chair just fall as you did that?
Yeah. I bumped the thing.
Yeah, okay.
Everything's falling apart.
Tune into the video version right now to see Isaac just fumble the fucking bag. But my camera seems to be a lot closer than yours, or is my head just that much bigger? We'll never know.
How far away do you think your camera is? Is it arm's length? Less than arm's
That's
length?
how far. Slightly more. That was full stretch.
Can you try again, but maybe just put your hand a bit higher? I didn't quite see it.
What are you trying to get me to do here, Chief?
Nothing. I just want to make sure we're same distance. That's full stretch for me.
Like
this.
Like I just touched the lens. Yeah.
I'm still a few inches short of the lens.
Oh, I just saw what your hand fucking movement was, you dodgy bastard. Hey!
All right. Geelong's Cam Guthrie out for 8 to 10 weeks with a quad tear early in their club's match sim game last week. So going to miss pre-season and, the first 2.5 good months of the season. Tough look for an ageing team. Sydney's Luke Parker suffered a broken arm and will miss out on the start of the Swan season. Timeline to return is undefined at this stage. Carlton Sam Walsh at risk of missing the season's opener with the Blues with back soreness from carrying their whole midfield for the past 3 years. And we already covered Taron Thomas. He's officially been released by North after 18-game suspension was handed down from the AFL. And go on.
Did you follow useless AFL stats now?
I might have followed it. If not, it just appeared.
Because I've got the Ollie Henry thing open.
Hell yeah.
And then I saw it in the outline. I was like, oh,
yeah, nice.
What a treat.
We also had Port Sam Powell-Pepper banned for 4 weeks for a high bump that left one of the Crows players concussed in their match game.
I'm in two minds about that bump, if I'm completely honest.
Okay.
What?
Footballing act.
Footy act.
I get no. I get that it was late.
He shouldn't have been tackled into his shoulder. He was already committed to
true.
smother,
No,
tucked his arm to protect himself, and
That's the game.
I get that he was late and whatnot.
the guy still had
But-
the ball at least.
The tackle was a bit of a swing motion. I mean,
Yeah.
first look, not slow mo. I was like, ooh, it looks like it hurt, but also seems a bit rough. I'm sure if you watch it back 5 times, you'll be like, fucking hell. But like, I've seen it once, and it seems rough. But I get that we're trying to protect the head and whatnot. But I don't think banning people for 4 weeks is going to stop. I don't think that's going to stop Pal Pepper from charging into anything ever again.
No, I don't think so.
So,
I definitely see that point. That being said,
it's the old Western medicine. They're treating the symptom, not the cause.
Very true.
probably not the time to bump though. If your
No.
teammate's already tackling the guy, probably not a bump situation.
Yeah, it's pre-season, mate. He's just getting his footy brain back on.
It looked bad. It did look bad.
Certainly didn't
It
look
looked
great.
bad, but yeah, I don't know. It's tough because if you fix the problem, you ultimately would change the AFL. So it's
Yeah.
like you can't do that without changing the game. So I have no actual solution. So keep treating the symptom as is. Sorry, go on.
Okay, so 4 week suspension adequate. Play on.
I don't know. Does he get paid still?
He would still get paid, but not match fee
Yeah.
for playing.
So he's probably on a pretty lucrative deal. We say his name every week. He's got to be all
Yeah,
right.
he's got to be doing okay. Just like police in the US do something wrong, suspended with pay.
Yeah.
It's only fair.
There's something wrong is a little bit more consequential, though, I might say. Perhaps. For some,
Depends who you ask.
we'd be fine.
All right.
But yeah, please
And,
go on to the
Demons
other myriad
player
of injuries.
Joel Smith is facing a 2-year suspension for being coked up during a game, and he's also being charged with trafficking or attempted trafficking of cocaine. Not a great look. Well-off footy player in cocaine. Who would have thunk?
Weird that. Would the 2-year suspension just be for being on coke during the game,
Yes.
or is that also wild? I mean, it is performance enhancing. Maybe. I guess it's a stimulant-ish, right?
Yeah.
But like,
Definitely.
have a fucking Red Bull, dude. Chill out.
Dude, but this is like 50 Red Bulls.
I don't know how you got to. What's got to be going through your brain? Like, oh, damn, Essendon didn't get away with it, and they were doing some high-end, dodgy shenanigans. You know what? I'll just do cocaine. That won't show up on the piss test.
I wonder if it's straight up that they're just not that smart.
How many concussions has Joel Smith had?
People who've focused on footy for most of their life, probably also number one focus during their schooling years, straight from high school into footy, not necessarily time for a university level education.
Yeah.
Matthew Jurisic says, perhaps not that smart. What could lead you to this conclusion?
I think...
Street smarts, though, isn't it? Is like, don't do coke before you play footy.
He's not very street smart, clearly, because he was, charged with trying to traffic it. I'm sure he was probably just trying to share, to be honest.
He asked the cops if they were interested.
I think it's funny, going off Isaac's point, it's it could even be a little bit like focusing on footy so much, like doing whatever it takes kind of thing. Like, oh, I feel a bit flat from training, or I had a bad week, didn't stick to my diet. I could just do this thing. I probably won't get caught. Everyone does it anyway. There might be a bit of that mentality.
True. He did have a career high games played last season. Below average in all stats. Besides
that one game.
Besides goal accuracy, above average, and tackles, above average.
I understand the tackles being up because of his performance enhancement of choice. I do not understand the goal accuracy being better than average.
Oh, do you reckon Matty Rowe's on something?
Yeah, he's on fucking grass, dude.
He's
grass-fed
100% grass-fed.
It could turn out that whatever's in the pesticides, or they use like some heavy chemicals on AFL pitches, and he's figured it out.
He's just taking in way more nitrogen than everyone else via fertilizer that's stuck to the grass leaves. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let's find his stats.
Are you on the big yellow spreadsheet?
No.
Oh.
Give me the match center, I think. I should do. Nope. Fill the void on
How long are you going to take, you reckon?
Google.
How much content do I need to fill?
That's him.
No answer. Sick.
A bit.
Could do the
about
Ollie
that?
Henry shit stat.
You could.
How about
Go
that
for
there, AFL? Why do you think the ball became the shape it is?
Someone kicked a soccer ball too hard and it was misformed.
Dude, I wish that was it. That'd be so funny.
It would be. It's the truth.
What do you mean, would be?
Yeah.
I guess going back to what you were saying about books is so funny, because I do the same thing. I don't have a bookmark, and you start reading and you think, oh man, I really need a bookmark, but I'm so engrossed and enjoying the story right now, so I'll just finish the chapter.
Uh-huh.
And then you kind of, towards the end, you do the flick through and you're like, oh my god, there's 10 pages left. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm not going to dog ear it like some sort of madman with no respect for the book.
You guys know you can grab anything that's relatively thin and shove it in there, and it's technically a bookmark, right?
That would hurt.
I said relatively thin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why are you trying to correct me?
I know what I'm working with.
I know what I got. Walks into pawn shop. Yeah, mate, I know what I got.
I don't know if I have anything in my room, like near the bed, that I could use.
Do you have the stats yet?
I do. He kicks 2 goals, no behinds, 7 disposals, 3 tackles.
Not bad.
When?
Round 23 versus Hawthorn.
Did his coat game?
Yeah.
Did he play every game?
No, he played 14 last season.
Wake. He's probably too busy fucking
He had...
recovering from the coke or whatnot.
People might be saying not so performance enhancing. He had a whopping 27 metres gained. He literally just must have been tap-in merchant for that game.
Do you gain meters when you kick a goal, though?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Otherwise, he would have to kick.
Jack Lukosius would be gaining fucking 350 meters a game just
Yeah,
from
exactly.
goals.
Otherwise, he's kicked both goals, somewhere between 12 and 15 metres.
It's the place you want to be, to be
True.
fair.
Makes it easy.
That's the Haaland area of the AFL.
Definitely makes it easy. Did you want to do the Ollie Henry stat?
You can do it
I have to pull it up.
if you'd like. You put it in, so you've earned
Okay.
it. All I did was save it on Facebook and then not put it in the outline like a dickhead. So,
Fair enough. Let me find it. Here we go.
oh, this
Got
guy.
it. My screenshots.
That's even worse than saving it on Facebook, if I'm honest. Just having it in your camera roll.
Well, I'd rather not go through my... I got plenty of save stuff. I save a bunch of stuff on Marketplace, so...
Oh, I make folders. I've got one called Podcast.
Yeah. Too much effort. I just go like that, and I don't screenshot anything else other than bets, so I can just ignore those.
Fair.
Bets that I send to Matt, just to prove I'm not a degenerate gambler. What?
I don't know. I only see the ones he sends me.
Yeah.
Classic, like, won another 2K at the pokies, boys. Sounds like you win a lot.
Or the one I sent you the other day that was like 50-cent bonus bet that I had, and I put like 8 legs in it, including Suns to be last undefeated team in the comp at $21. It was like 50 cents into $5,000 or something. And it had Liverpool to win Europa League, etc.
Well, that's coming off.
Yeah,
But we'll see about Suns being last
we will see.
undefeated. Yeah.
All right, so someone asked Yusuf's AFL stats, which players have left a club to play for the current premiers, only to see the club they left become premiers. And the answer was there's only ever been 4 that have played for both teams in a move where the team they joined had won the flag and the team they left then won the flag the next season. First one was in 1905, and then 1912, and then 1950, and then Ollie Henry moved from Collingwood in 2022, who won the flag in 2023, to Geelong, who won the flag in 2022, and then didn't do a whole lot when he was there.
I think they should have called this the Failed Glory Hunter or Failed Flag Hunter Award or something.
For sure.
Because, yeah, that is the exact opposite of what he was hoping for at that point, wasn't it?
Definitely. Definitely a bit of a failed crusade.
Yeah. And he's gone to a shitter town, to be fair. There is so many people in here that are saying they've missed Buddy Franklin.
Right.
When Buddy skipped a year. Not skipped a year. It was 2012
To 2013.
when they won, and then he left after 2013, I believe. Or I just read it before because they rebutted like 3 people and then just pinned a comment saying people think Buddy did it and we somehow missed it. Aaron Gox, comedian, also flew in with Matt Spanger and then says, never mind, I misunderstood the assignment.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It's honestly a page that keeps on giving.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good page. Worth a follow, for sure.
The comment I like the most actually is there anyone that's gone from wooden spoon to the next year's wooden spoon?
Whilst,
I would like to see
moving.
that. Yeah, has to move.
Yeah.
Has to be traded
Yeah.
or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can't just be a North player from the last decade.
A Suns player from the last decade.
Yeah.
Come on
so
now.
West Coast, isn't it? But yeah, because that's really sucks to suck territory, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know. Was there any North West Coast action in this last?
Not that I remember. Who's the... I'm trying to think of how bad the Suns were when Aaron Hall left the Suns and went to North. If he was... I feel like he might be prime candidate to maybe fall in this category.
That's going to be pretty bad to
Dude,
want to go to North.
If he actually lines up, I'm going to reply and do that thing that I never do on Facebook, and I actually comment on someone's post, which feels like social suicide at this point.
Fair enough. Okay, who had the wooden spoon?
Oh, just quietly as well. Quick AFL news is Angus Brayshaw has announced his retirement effective immediately as well. That was just the other day.
Yep.
You didn't say that, did you?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, cool.
He succumbed to
too many
concussions off the back of a footballing act, unfortunately.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Maynard's going to be feeling real bad about that one when he looks his premiership medal, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Aaron Hall, not a spooner to spooner, fortunately. Carlton won the wooden spoons in 2018, and then he left to North in 2019, where Gold Coast won the wooden spoon in that season. So, congrats to him. He got off the sinking ship, I guess.
Feels good.
All right, then. Well, there's absolutely nothing written down for NBA.
Yep.
Nah, skip it. Wait, I do have an NBA.
Nah,
thing,
you're
actually.
done.
Oh,
Tough.
okay. No worries.
No, go on.
I kind of like leaving it there like, nah, you had your chance.
All right,
Should have wrote it down.
There's nothing written for NHL. Oh, wait, what's that?
Hey, he's
Here we
typing,
go.
I hear it.
Late news. New York Rangers, good. All right, cool, sweet. Anything else, Isaac?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sweet. Cricket.
Cricket.
Neil Wagner's retired.
Who's that?
Plays for New Zealand.
Ah.
Fast bowler. There's a photo of him that looks like... No, I'll just show you. It's too good not to share.
I still remember one of my favourite cricketing things was when New Zealand and Australia were... oh, wait. It might have been rugby. Never mind. It was
Nice try, though, dude.
It was definitely football.
Oh, look at that. You can bring it up. We have a rugby / football heading. Go ahead.
So for all the video listeners out there, you're now looking at Neil Wagner in what is a crossover between his retirement image. This is an official photo shared by Wide World of Sports, but it looks like that Snapchat filter that makes you look like you're high.
His eyes are very red.
His eyes are so red.
Was he crying?
Well, yeah, but
he also got super high before the press conference.
Take the edge
ultimately, so in the actual article from the Nine Wide World of Sports, Neil Wagner said, "I want to end my career on a high. Australia are just too damn good at the moment. If I face them, I'll feel like shit. I can't do it."
Smart man.
Yeah, that's not what he said, but I assume that's the reason. I didn't read the article.
Fair enough.
Points for honesty.
Bringing you the sports journalism Big J's are too afraid to bring you.
I'm trying to lean into the whole thing about how we're storming the beach with our hot takes. Trying to get over the Mish take era of storming the beach. We're 95 episodes in. Thought now might be the time.
There'll be some
start.
hot takes next week. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, AFL
Yeah.
week. Yep. Sorry. Yep. Of course. One AFL episode for the year.
That's all you get.
So yeah. Lovely. Well, that's cricket. All right. New Zealand versus Australia in the rugby, Matt. Go.
Oh, it's just. It's a few years ago, because it was from the Rugby World Cup. But I just remember when Australia and New Zealand were facing off, there was a bit of sibling rivalry, if you want to call it, between Australia and New Zealand, and basically the Australia papers who's going to triumph, mighty victorious Australia or the snake cheating disgusting New Zealand team. And but the papers released simultaneously, and New Zealand's paper was like, let's all just have a fun game and remain friends. And you're like, oh no. That's a real tough look for Australia.
Yeah, the New Zealand paper was like, let's remember the real enemy here, and that's colonialisation. And Australia came out shooting. Wowee.
Just firing at the hip.
Yeah, I think I know exactly the paper you're talking about, and it's 20 years into Australia never having last won a game in New Zealand.
It was.
Haven't won the Bledisloe Cup in 20 years. At this point, we're just grasping at anything to say that they must be cheating because we can't beat them.
The Bledisloe Cup is humiliating at this point.
It's like the Ashes for England, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, true.
It's having to play your big brother in, any fighting game. And I don't want to.
Can't relate.
And then he's like, oh, that's fine. We'll just wrestle instead.
Naked.
Put you in a headlock in one arm while he's on Instagram.
I'm picturing Kate putting Matt in a headlock, if I'm completely honest.
She's so strong.
It's all that creatine she's been ingesting. You two can do that, Matthew. Creatine's cheap as chips, mate. You can probably buy it from Coles on discount too, bud.
You can.
You get so swole too.
Yeah.
I remember this real skinny kid came in once, proper, he must have weighed 40 kilos wet, but he was not short. So you're like, oh man. And he was like, hey, where's the creatine and protein? And I could have made a joke about how small he was, but I was like, I respect that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exact take to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like making fun of the fat person that just ordered a salad with dressing on the side. It's like, no, they're trying to make a difference.
They're trying. They could have given up.
True.
Yeah. Well, you don't know if they have, but benefit of the doubt at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's like those TikToks or something with those clearly morbidly obese people, and they open the bag hey, I didn't order 12 garlic breads. What's the deal with this? Oh, but better eat them though, since I'm...
Damn.
Anyway.
You just direct him
all right.
down and say, oh yeah, aisle 10, chief, but probably go around the long way because there's an air vent that way. You might get sucked in. You walk around, you see, oh, he's stuck up there on the vent. On the outside of the
Hear
vent.
him dinging around.
Clean up on aisle 10. There's a kid in the aircon again.
Do you reckon that happens at those nutrition warehouses? Probably not. Definitely not.
Nah. Is they all... I don't know what it is, but the nutrition warehouse at Oxenford there feels fucking weird, dude.
Cult weird?
I
get a cult vibe from those nutrition stores.
Borderline, right? Because you walk in, and it's the store's way bigger than it has any right being, to be honest. Because they sell four fucking products, and they always have 3 athletic people there. athletic people, 3 people that have lifted weights previously in their life. You know, and then they tell you about how this creatine is super special. It's like, no, dude.
I don't care. Just give me. I just want the simplest creatine, please.
It's all the same.
Just
dude.
Just the creatine monohydrate. That's all I'm here for. One hydrate creatine. Thank you.
Yeah, just the cheapest shit possible, please. Thank you. And then
you never see him enter or leave the store.
No, well, yeah, because they're working there.
Just apparitions.
So that'd be kind
of
fucking BM if a shopkeeper walked out mid fucking shopping experience.
They're
Wouldn't it?
summoned by the cult, and then they just haunt the store. But they're friendly about it.
They've all died in gym-related injuries.
Here's a life hack. Don't buy from Nutrition Warehouse. Just go to Bulk Supplements. No, Bulk Nutrients. The one that sponsors the
Go
Jack
to Gooden
Jumpers.
Supplements.
No. Legitimately, the one that sponsors the
Not
Jack Jumpers
related.
is like
it's
way
just a
cheaper.
cool name, I
Good
think.
and good supplements.
Gooden's goodies.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at
I think
all.
what-
But no, the one on the Jack Jumpers shirts, I'm not sure if they're still on the shirts, but it's called like Bulk Nutrients or something. And the creatine comes in a bag instead of a tub, which means when it gets hard, you can just...
You can just what? You just fondle it a little bit when it's hard.
I realized my
Quick
mistake.
pinch and a roll.
Yeah, what I meant was when it forms a... that's not going to work either, is it?
It's weird that pinching feels so good, but if someone pinched you anywhere else, you'd be mad. You'd be like, why you...
Sorry, are you self-reporting?
He's telling himself.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Nah.
He's not wrong.
Because, like, you're
Am
doing
I
it.
missing something?
You're doing it out of necessity, but then when you logically think about what you're doing, you're like, I would never do this. If someone just came up to you and pinched you, you'd be like, oh my god, what are you doing?
I'm genuinely confused.
Try it out right now.
Pinch
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah,
Like that.
just oh my god, he's doing it.
Like
No,
that.
not there.
Where?
You know where.
Why?
Exactly.
Oh, to like scratch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were doing like some weird, like you're into it kind of thing.
Well,
No, we're not talking about getting stepped on.
that's weird, man.
Oh yeah, that's super weird. Anyway, one time I got what was that? I got creatine off Big Jeff. Got it delivered. I think I got 2 bags of it for like 500 grams, like $15 off Jeffy Bezos.
That is wild.
It was
wild
like
cheap.
plain white packaging, creatine monohydrate, black text.
That's all it should be, though.
Wow, wait.
Like, it's like literally the most basic thing you could buy, and it's also the most effective thing you can
Yep.
buy for that
Yep.
as
It
well.
was so cheap. And it arrived in 2 days.
Yeah, all right. I guess we won't support the local bulk nutrition supplement company. We'll just fucking hand out recommendations to
Straight into
Bezos
Jeff's
now
pocket.
and then. Yeah. He's got money to give. All right. Shall we...
It's football, innit?
Go for it.
Is that okay? Yeah, cool. All right, sweet. My favorite stat has returned. Just like I said, we live in a simulation. When I mentioned the other week that Trent Alexander-Arnold had taken the lead in most assists by a defender,
Yep.
I shit you not, less than a week since I mentioned that. Liverpool posted most Premier League assists by defenders, and it was Andy Robertson tying it back up again.
Of course.
It's going to be like that until the end of the
gonna
season.
be-
Well, Trent's out for a little bit, actually. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a post that says Robertson has taken it again.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
It's going to be the deadest horse by the end of the season.
Yeah, it's like legitimately going to be a piss take. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I just like being right, ultimately. That's why I brought it up.
Well done. Good
Thank
take.
you. Thank you very much. I also have a meme for Erling Haaland,
Okay.
given that he has now scored against every single team he's faced in the Premier League.
Wow.
I don't know who it was that he hadn't scored against, but it was like last week-ish. Forget what game it was. But there you go. He scored against every team he's faced, but he hasn't technically scored against every team in the Premier League. He would need to score an own goal for that. And so the post is, score an own goal, you big coward.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would watch that over and over again. And the real news of the week is Liverpool won the Carabao Cup, which is an energy drink that might be such a household name in the UK for only footballing reasons, and I don't think anybody at all has ever consumed a Carabao energy drink and enjoyed it in no way. I watched 3 different analytics videos on the Carabao Cup over the last week, and all 3 of them were English blokes. And in the first 35 seconds of the video, they took the piss out of Carabao Energy. One of them had a sip out of one, cracked it on camera, and then spat it out as a joke straight away. Somehow they got the money, though.
Interesting.
It's a write-off.
Can't say I've ever seen this before. Obviously heard of it. Haven't seen it anywhere. Just found out it's based on the Red Water Buffalo. That's a Carabao. It's a Thai energy drink, and it's independently owned.
I didn't know it was Thai.
Yeah. Hasn't ever sniffed the shores of Australia, but it's from Thailand.
Yeah.
Look, I would give it a try if it was here. I mean, from my webcam right now, you can see how vibrant their fucking website is. It has lit me up, dude. I would try it if it was on the shelves here, but when I saw it on the shelves in the UK, and then 2 shelves below it were 17 flavors of Monster I've never had in my life, I went straight for the Monster. Would you believe?
Good choice.
So I can't say I have partaken in Carabao, but you're allowed to shit on things if you haven't tried them. If you're on a podcast, I think that's how
it works. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But yes, Liverpool won. Realistically, had no right to. To be completely fair,
Went to extra time. I was right.
Yep. No bet placed.
No bet placed, unfortunately.
Possible butcher situation, which I forgot about.
Quad inbound for Liverpool.
Oh no! Don't get ahead of yourself. It feels like a bit of a piss take, anyway. Given that City won it with like I don't know the actual Champions League last year. So even if Liverpool call it that, even if Liverpool actually do it this year and call it the same thing, it doesn't feel the same.
Not the same. Yeah, definitely not the same.
It'll feel better because Liverpool has actual fans. But yeah, you heard me talk about Endo earlier, and my golly gosh, he had a cracker of a game. Given that, the midfield kind of fell a little bit to pieces when Ryan Gravenberch copped the Brexit tackle of the week from Moises Caicedo, I think it was, who like I don't know, like 100 million pound player, and he's not even got a foul for taking someone's ankle out completely. Like Gravenberch's ankle was in a right angle. He's got nothing but whatever. Look, no foul. It's fine. It's fine. Not mad about it. But yeah, and if you look at Endo's heat maps, I don't have one handy, unfortunately. But he was literally everywhere, dude. And if you watch his highlights from the game, which I very much recommend, he's just a beast, man. He went home in crutches because his legs were so sore.
That's pretty cool.
He played the whole.
Playing so
He's
hard.
just a machine, dude. Like legitimate. He played the whole game, I believe. Which is just wild. The formation they ended up with at the end, which is why they really probably didn't deserve to not deserve, but really didn't make any sense to me, is they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players 21 and under on the pitch, 3 of which had combined like less than, one of them had never played a Premier, like a first class game for Liverpool ever.
Was that the 18-year-old Jaden Dans?
Dan's
Has played 34 minutes of senior football and has won more trophies than Harry Kane, who's played 49,320 minutes of senior football.
Yeah. I think McConnell's in a similar situation as well. I know Bobby Clark, I think, has played a little bit more. Obviously, Harvey Elliott's there, and I always forget that he's 20, which is wild because I love watching him play. And then Kwanzaa's kind of found himself in the team quite a bit recently because of other injuries, and he's 21. So, but yeah, like I'd seen Dan's play before only in highlights, because when Liverpool do their post for like Liverpool goal of the month, they'll include all of their teams, even their youth teams. And he was popping up a bit with like a few like crazy like solo goals and stuff. And I was like, oh, this kid's sick. Yeah, he had a go. And ultimately, Chelsea fucking bottled it, dude, entirely. They had, I mean, Kelleher stopped approximately 1 billion guaranteed goals for Chelsea. He made 9 saves at 3.3 expected goals.
Far out.
And he's 25. The quote is he's the best number 2 in the world. I think he would be number 1 for maybe 50% of the Premier League, to be fair. And I hope he stays around for a while, because Alisson's got to retire eventually. And goalkeepers just get better as they get older, so keep him. Yeah, so ultimately what happened, and if you watch the end of the game, if you watch extra time, when all the subs come on, especially McConnell in the midfield, because he was playing centrally, Chelsea gave him so much time on the ball. They had 200 million pounds in 2 players in the midfield, and they didn't press the 19-year-old who's played half a minute of fucking first-class footy in his life. Like, even I saw 3 different examples of him receiving the ball. Like he's facing the keeper. He's facing Kelleher. He receives the ball back to 2 players, and that's like perfect pressing trap. And there's just no fucking. There was no gumption. It's like they were playing for penalties. Which, I mean, given prior Liverpool Chelsea Cup final examples, like fair enough. But all it takes is, one Virgil van Dijk header with 5 minutes to go or something in extra time to ruin that plan for you.
It seemed too easy as well, that header. It just seemed like he was waltzing in at training. They were just running a drill. I'm going to kick it here, you're going to head it in. no one's really going to play defense, but guys, you stand around a bit.
It's that zonal marking. Yeah. Allegedly. I watched a breakdown on Van Dijk's disallowed goal, which is wild because no one's offside except Endo, and he's outside the box as the kick goes in for Van Dijk's disallowed goal, and he was just standing his ground, and he blocked one player.
Hanging about.
And like the quote I like that describes that best is no space on the football field is inherently someone else's. Like if you're standing there, like I've done that wrong, I think. But like, you know, if you're standing there, that's your space. It's not someone else's inherently because you're offside. It's your fault for running into the fucking idiot. Like it was a perfectly good screen. Like it would be allowed in our basketball.
Should have switched it.
Like he was just standing.
Should have switched it.
Easy. I mean, in the clip, you can see, I think it's Ben Chilwell is like ahead of Van Dijk. Still doesn't stop him. He's inevitable. That's almost it for the Liverpool fun stuff.
For those following along at home, we've just hit 2 hours. Yeah.
Have we? My thing on this is an hour 13 because of the
technical issue.
Me dropping out. Yeah. On a side note, Dominic Szoboszlai has now won a trophy in every single year of his professional career still. That's nice. The streak is alive. And quote of the weekend, Gary Neville, who I'm a big fan of, even though he played for United. I love him and Carragher on the pundits situation. He says, it's been Klopp's kids against the blue billion-pound bottle jobs. On telly.
That is one of the most British sounding, sound bites ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would like to clarify that on average, Liverpool's team was actually older than Chelsea's team. But I think the comparison should be based on... When you look at Moises Caicedo, for example, he's quite young, but he costs £100 million. He's not your Bobby Clark and your old mate Dan's or whatever, right? Like it's a different kind of kid. It's a wonder kid. So whatever. Moises Caicedo is 22. So, and like Mudryk cost $1 billion and was subbed on or whatever, and he's 23. So yeah, look, Chelsea have potential.
Yeah.
And I don't think Thiago Silva started. And if he started, their average age would have been 47.
Calling someone a bottle job definitely sounds like a British insult.
It's the most aggressive thing they can say. But yeah, 1 down, 3 to go, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Perhaps-absolutely. Raheem Sterling did start too, actually, so that would have brought the average age of Chelsea up quite a bit.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we do tips or should we just flip a coin?
Just tips due.
In 3
I
days.
think we just flip a coin.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. I'm getting tired. Went to bed 3 minutes ago. Matt's already asleep.
I'm pretty tired.
Whose flip is it anyway?
I think it's mine.
It is Matt's.
Matt,
Yes.
I just want to let you know that today we had a maximum of dude, the bomb app is only telling me tomorrow. Fuck.
Useless.
Well, it's telling me the temperature right now.
Yeah, fucking hot
No.
still.
Yeah, 26 degrees. So the maximum temperature today was 31 degrees, Matthew.
Hmm.
There was a 0% chance of precipitation. Does that affect your flipping decision?
No.
I've forgotten to share my screen. Oh, damn, dude, that's crazy. It was heads. That's another one for the good guys. Not my best bit, was it?
No.
All right, here we are. Are you ready for Percy Jackson and the Olympians? He looks kind of like the kid version of Samwise Gamgee.
I heard it's not very good.
Really? Wow. All right. Matt, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you going to share it?
I did.
Yeah, well, I don't think so.
No, I have alleged.
It ain't working for us.
Well, I reckon the viewers got it.
Weird. Way to go.
It's probably loading. Let me press stop sharing and I'll start sharing again. How's that sound?
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, my shit is frozen. There we go, we're back. I can see you guys again. Oh, I can't see you again.
Is it necessary? We
You're
don't
the
want
one
to get
that-
accused of cheating.
You're the one that asked for
Is
it.
it necessary? Is it necessary to drink more than yours? No, but it's sterile and I like the taste.
That's not the Bear Grylls accent. Also,
that was
all
Patrick
three of us
Hoolan.
are nowhere near uploaded, so we're gonna have to
Hang around for a bit.
I think it's their servers tonight, dude. They're getting slammed because normally we upload immediately.
True. Can you see this?
I can.
All right. What would you like your call?
Oh, no.
For those wondering, Keelan's dropped out. Hilarious. All right. I'm ready to flip.
Should we wait?
No, you can just see the result when he comes back.
Yeah, true.
Who knows when he'll be back? All right.
Give me that heads.
Right. Flipping.
Come on. No whammy.
Tails.
Oh.
Oh, baby. Tails never fails.
I can't believe I just joined back in to see it pop tails and you get a fucking Fortnite ad for a skin for that one TikToker that just goes...
Tails now on a bit of a streak. 2 tails in a row.
I did a speed test when I dropped out. Immediately did a speed test, right?
Are you on it?
And the speed test
Positive.
said 100 megabit down
Wow.
and 20 up. So please explain to me how I'm dropping out during this call.
I'm still laughing in my head because I was going to say, what a shocker. The homophobe doesn't like the black TikTok star. Who that person may be, we don't know. He's certainly not any of us, not involved with the pod.
Definitely not.
No.
On that bombshell.
Matt is 16 and 16, and even 500 for our American fans. We are
That's the worst thing you've consistently said on the podcast, actually.
51 and 43 as a team.
I'm worried that my uploading has been stuck at 70% since Keelan mentioned
Mine's
it.
been 50. Mine's been 53 to 55 the whole show.
Oh, okay. Well, that
I
makes me
guess
feel
we'll just
better.
leave our computers open for a while and hope for the best.
All right. Thanks, boys. See you next week.
Cheerio.
Goodbye.
What the fuck?